Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation. We found that a good conversation allows us to share what's on our mind, whether current events, what's grinding our gears, or our pet peeves.
It also allows us to share our top 3, a list of our favorite things on any given subject, most of which are highly opinionated. In closing, we share a good word. Solid friendships are encouraging. Even if we joke and give each other a hard time, our ultimate responsibility is to uplift each other.
Our goal is that you'll feel like you're part of the conversation, like you were in the studio with us, and that you feel encouraged after tuning in to our podcast. It's time to join the conversation.
Cricket.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. On today's podcast, we have Troy bringing us what's on his mind. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 traditional style.
We did this last week.
What? Is it you?
It's on what's on my mind.
I thought it was Troy.
I thought since you were back, you were getting us on back on
I'm gonna
course.
go
I
1, 2,
haven't
3
been back.
traditional.
I haven't been back that long. Let me look at this.
Troy's going to give us a good word.
Troy's going to bring a good word. That's why he was studying earlier. And then
top 3.
You are.
We were going 3, 2, 1.
Shh. Stop. I'm not going to deal with you today. Top 3 non-alcoholic beverages.
Yes.
Right?
You're right.
Perfect. And then I guess you're going to say something, so get on with it.
That's you.
Get on with it.
Get on with it.
Yeah. All right. So
Jerk.
I've found my place. If you're a people watcher, are you guys people watchers?
Oh, yeah. My gran and I used to go sit at the mall while my sister, your wife, and my mom and Aunt Charlotte would go shop.
Yeah.
Gran and I would find a little park bench somewhere in the middle of the mall and just watch people. It was great.
You a people? I know you don't like being in public places, but are you a people watcher?
If I am in a public place, I am always watching all the people.
So, what's the good thing about watching people? When everything is normal and people are just walking by, or when something funny or disastrous strikes?
It's when things start going downhill.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say both, but yeah, it's more intriguing when.
Have I got the thing for you guys?
Oh, yeah. What is it?
You could do it from anywhere you have an internet connection, because one of the best places that I like to watch people or events unfold is at a public boat ramp. And full disclosure, I have been launching at a public boat ramp and had some of these issues that make me laugh at other people about.
Oh, we forgot to put the plug in before.
Yep. No plug. Forgot to unstrap the boat. You forgot to unhook it from the front.
Didn't we talk about planks and specs last week?
We did. So I'm just saying, I've been other people's amusement, and I'm okay with that. I learned from those instances.
Have you ever
Right?
Have you
So
ever
I'm
had to
not-
get to the back of your boat and pick it up?
No.
Okay.
No.
You just couldn't get it. You just gave up and like, let's just lift it.
Well, my boat had the self righting trailer. So if I hit the boards, I mean, it would nestle down just fine. But I could see a John boat or something like that, But anyway, or if it was too steep of a ramp and your trailer got really low and you couldn't do that. But I've been there, right? I've made mistakes. I've been, I have a little struggled on the backing down of a trailer. It's not always the easiest thing. I found the bigger the trailer, the easier it is. And sometimes you have long ramps that have angled entrances where you can't just pull up and square up to the water. I've seen it. I've been there. I've caused people to laugh at me and like, look at that idiot. And so I don't feel too bad when I'm sitting at a boat ramp watching people and see some things unfold. I have some sympathy, but I also think it's pretty hilarious. I have not, however, yet sunk a vehicle. But let me tell you about a little YouTube channel called Miami Boat Ramps. So there is a YouTube channel that is 100% dedicated and has a camera crew, Troy, and they post up across from these little bays and channels from these public boat ramps. And there's a lot of public boat ramps in Miami. And there's a lot of people in Miami that have boats and jet skis. There's a lot of people in Miami that have boats and jet skis that just got them. And they haven't gone anywhere ever before. But they're like, I just got this jet ski and now it's time to go. Well, if you can imagine, the camera view is from the water. And they're just showing
This is good. I'm seeing it.
6 lanes, typically at a public boat ramp in Miami, of chaos. It is utter chaos.
People are flying on this boat. Look at that. Oh, man.
That's a partner channel. That's
Is that one where they're in the channel and it?
The waves are so big, the boats
that's boats of Hollover V boats. So one of the guys that's partnered with another one of the guys to make the public boat one, they actually, I think it's Broncos Guru. He has like a different channel that has them going out of this inlet, which is also awesome.
Once they've had the issues getting the boat into the water, they also have the issues on the water.
Or should you go out to the ocean through this inlet while the tide's coming in and there's like 30 knot wind? No, you should not in your 18-foot tracker, or what's the Bass Pro Shop boat?
Isn't it a tracker?
No, that's the aluminum ones. I'm thinking about their little ski boat, little deal that you got.
I forget what that one's called.
Yeah. Anyway, so hours upon hours. I'm warning you, fair warning. If you've already gone there, I'm sorry because we lost you.
I'm already gone.
There is so much entertainment on Miami boat ramps because there are people that can't back trailers down. There's a whole etiquette thing. You know, there's a lot of unwritten rules in baseball, right? You know, you can't do this. Don't stare at your home run or whatever. Last week, by the way, here's an unwritten rule. If you have a pitcher, hey, I'm talking baseball. You're a baseball player.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was watching.
You've got a pitcher, 7 complete innings.
Yeah.
Perfect game.
Right.
So far.
Right.
He's going for the no-hitter.
Total of 80 pitches.
Okay.
Pulled him.
Why?
Pulled him. Like, he didn't even go out there in the 8th inning.
Was this Major League?
Major League.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, but it's an unwritten rule. You don't, number one, like in that scenario, you don't bunt. Like if a guy's got a perfect game going, you're just like, hey, I'm not going to bunt just to try to break this up. We're going to try to beat the guy. And number 2, you don't pull that pitcher. Like that's the manager's deal. Anyway, but there's unwritten rules. Like if you pull up and dock your boat on a slip, the captain leaves, he's going to get the truck to back it in, right? I'm going to back this thing in and pull the boat out.
Yeah.
Well, if there's a boat tied up right there, you don't come in with your boat and back it up to launch at that spot. So sometimes in this channel, like fisticuffs, like get your boat out. Why am I supposed to move on? Because I'm right there. Why does it matter? All the stuff. People getting reverse and forward, not figured out. You pull up to the dock and like the guy's driving a boat, like a huge boat, 30-foot boat. And like his passengers just sitting there and he's like, get a rope, tie us. And they're like, what? Huh? I don't know. Most of the people are inebriated that are coming back in.
Yeah.
Like they've been out drinking all this time. It is hilarious. It's so funny. And since I've been in this channel watching a little bit, I've seen like 5 vehicles sink because they don't put it in gear. I mean, they don't put it in park, or they're all the way down in the water and it just starts sliding. I saw a guy try to pull like a 25-foot boat with a Jeep Wrangler, and
that's the one I saw.
Sunk.
The Jeep sunk.
Yeah, it's just like it's not happening.
Yeah,
it is so much fun. So if you're a people watcher and you enjoy, if you know anything about boats and how complicated they are, and you want to watch people struggle with that, you got to check these guys out. Hilarious.
Yeah.
And they've got thousands upon thousands of views. I mean, it's an extremely popular channel. They actually have hired a crew.
How many viewers do they or subscribers do
Miami
they
boat
like?
ramps.
What is it?
Let's
60,000
see.
or something like that?
Yeah,
Or,
98.4 thousand subscribers.
It's so funny. And they got people.
They just got one more subscriber.
Here's another rule. Don't have 1 foot on the boat and 1 foot on the pier. What's going to happen?
you're going to do the splits.
You're going to do splits and then get wet. Well,
Yep.
all kinds of people try to do that. It's hilarious. I'm telling you.
Oh,
And while I'm laughing at those people, I'm also remembering I've done some of that stuff as well. And, I learned I will never, ever forget to put my plug in the boat ever again. I will never forget to unstrap my boat, but because I do it, I've done it. And I'm like, okay, I got a checklist now. But these people are brand new. And I'll tell you what, if the first watercraft that you have is a jet ski, single jet ski, and you're trying to back that little jet ski trailer down, especially when you've already launched the jet ski, like you're going to go recover it, you can't see that thing behind your car. So, you don't know if it's starting to get fishy. So what you see frequently on this channel is somebody starting to back a jet ski trailer down, and then the driver just gets out, picks it up, straightens it out, then walks back in and backs up a little bit more, jackknifes it, gets up, picks up the trailer, walks it around.
Oh, man.
It's hilarious.
See, that's why I like the new camera that I've got on my truck. It's in that third brake light up top,
Oh, yeah.
and it sees down, so I can see. It's got enough.
What's behind
It's
you?
got enough elevation to it that on a short trailer, I can see the back of it. Because even on my truck, it's such a big truck that if I'm towing like my 10-foot trailer,
Yeah.
I can't see any of it because my bed's wider than the truck, or the bed's wider than the trailer, and it's difficult.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, it's hilarious. It's just people watching.
I think he
it's
finds it a
funny.
little bit more humorous than I do, because I'll look over every now and again. He's watching those videos on his computer. He's like, he goes, "Oh, check this one out." And the one with the Jeep sinking was pretty good, though.
Dude, there was one with the RV.
I haven't seen the one with the RV, but
The
I know,
whole RV.
but I know that one.
They had to get 2 of the industrial tow trucks because pulling an RV up an incline is one thing. Pulling an RV up an incline
with a boat.
when it's full of water is something else.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you.
They should have drilled some holes in the back of it before they.
And that's salt water.
Swim down there, open a window.
This is salt water. It's not like, oh, it just got wet. No, it's got salt water over everything metal in there is going to rust.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you hose it out with fresh water.
Yeah.
I mean, it's oh my gosh.
Going to the dump.
that one
probably.
Jeep that was backing down. He it sunk, and then he's trying to figure it out. And he's standing on the roof of his Jeep he's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. The funny thing with that one was he's like, well, I guess I'll unhook the boat because the boat was hooked up. So he starts uncranking it from the trailer winch, and the bars of the Jeep, the top of the Jeep, just start going down. It was the only thing holding it up from the bottom.
Oh, no.
Like, oh my gosh, it is so fun to sit back and watch this.
So
guys.
boat ramp, you remember when we were kids, launching a boat, you go put a little $1 in the little box. Did y'all
Yeah,
have
if
those?
you have to pay, yeah.
Yeah. I always got to go put the $1.
Oh, that was your deal?
Yeah, that's my job.
Like, yeah, I've never had to put it down. It was always like $3 or $4, and then it got more expensive from there.
Well, I don't remember how much it was.
Yeah, that was your job.
Yeah. So
That way, your dad knew you were out of the way.
right, so he didn't run me
back
over.
you.
Yeah. So since you're talking about funny stuff on the internet, I got to share this one that I saw the other night.
Yeah.
So my wife started laughing at something, and she couldn't even talk. She was laughing so hard, so she just kind of handed me the phone.
Right.
Well, it's this video. It's on Facebook Reels. It's probably on TikTok too. But this kid, he tries to drink a can of sparkling water.
Throws up.
Without burping. He tries to down it without burping. And this is the audio. You want to hear it?
No, probably not.
I think you do. It's pretty hilarious. Here you go.
Might have the Star Wars Lego set Death Star, but can you chug a sparkling water and not burp?
He's chugging it.
Oh my gosh. What do
That smack you heard, he turns around and he runs right into the garage door. Oh my gosh, we'll have to put that one in the show notes too. I literally was laughing.
What do I do?
For 5 minutes straight, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was good stuff.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I think my favorite is there's a guy out on his driveway, and he's taking video. He's like, "I'm not a weatherman, but that's snow."
Yeah, he's in California.
Yeah, it's snowing in California. You got to watch it. Just guy falls recording snow, because I'm not going to repeat what he says. But I don't know how many times I've watched that thing.
He goes down.
But he goes down, and it's close to 1,000, and the video and the camera catches it all.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good one. All right. That's just been what's on my mind. I apologize in advance for all the time that you're going to waste off of what you've been enlightened to. And then it does get into the boats versus the haulover inlet. And then there's like another one called wavy boats. And it's just like people that are trying to go through this. And I almost died. I feel like I almost died. We went fishing out of, I forget the inlet name. We went down to Florida. We're going to go offshore fishing and launched out of the bay. And the captain's like, "Hey, you guys, do whatever." But when we go up here and I make this right-hand turn, all of you come inside, like come into the boat and sit down. And we're like, okay, like that's just really weird. And so we're going and make a right-hand turn. We kind of make our way in here. And then he turned, and then it's just this little cut, and then we're heading out to the ocean. Like it's right there. And his first mate, well, the only mate that he had on there, he's like, "Guys, this is dangerous today." And we're like, "What are you talking about?" Well, like the wind was blowing in one direction, the tide was going in another, and there's like 7 or 8 foot swells, like just in this one little channel.
Oh, wow.
This inlet, and it was just like this haulover inlet. And so we start going, and it's just, up one, almost through another, which is just really big. And then at that moment, we're in the worst spot ever. The anchor rope that he has tied up on the front of the bow, the little bungee thing you had on that comes off, and the anchor rope just goes overboard, which means he can't be under engine power anymore because he's going to suck that rope up in his prop. So we're in the middle of the junk, and he backs off of that joker. And then that first mate, he's like, "What?" And the captain's like, "Go get it." So that dude, and it's not an open bow boat, he crawls up on top of the boat, and we're just like, whoosh. I thought when we were going in there, I'm like, this is going to be great to film. So I got my phone out. And then when we started getting in it, I'm like, I have to have both hands to hold on. Like it was just one of the, so I had to put the phone away, and we're just holding on. And so that dude crawls up there, and he's like laying on his stomach trying to get that rope together, and we're starting to go sideways. Anyway, well, so in an inlet like that, just down from all these public boat ramps, people are like, "Oh, we're going to drive the boat out into the ocean." And they are, they're like, "Oh, I'll put my 5 kids in the front bow of this little 135 inboard outboard ski boat." And they're like, "Doosh," and then just water comes all over the front, washes the kids to the back of the boat. There's sometimes where they get washed out of the boat. Yeah. Not wearing life jackets. I mean, it's crazy. And then right after that, you'll have like a 70-foot billion-dollar yacht, come through. But that was fun too. It's a little bit more on these people are crazy side.
That is crazy.
No, I've never had that experience when I've done ocean fishing or deep water fishing, whatever. But my buddy and I were out at Cheney Lake it's
about like the ocean when the wind's up.
Yeah. So when he got his boat, and we were new, we never really messed ourselves with boats before, and it was like a little 16-foot fast boat. Raging Cajun was the name of the boat.
Yeah.
And that thing would scream because it had I forget, like 100.
Where was it from? Was there cultural appropriation on calling a boat in Kansas a Cajun?
Well, it's a brand. I don't know. But we get out, and we're fishing, we're hitting all the little inlets and stuff like that. When all of a sudden we look up and there's a cinnamon bun formation and the wind picked up and the lake started white capping because, it's such a shallow lake that water starts moving. And we're in this little 16-foot boat and we're trying to get back and we're trying to figure out what's the best way to get across these waves. I mean, because we're just, do we gun it and just try to
stay on top,
hit the tops of them? Or, do we kind of power down and just kind of go with it on the way back? I've never sat on my nuts so many times. Like we would go up and bam, I'm like, stop. It was like killing your back. I mean, it's just beating you to death.
Dude, you get on a rigid boat and your kidneys get
it was terrible.
Workout.
It got so bad that I'm like, you know what? I was like, dude, let's just stop. I was like,
let's die.
I was like, I know.
Let's just die.
I was like, I know that we're close to this area here, and I know that it's shallow all the way across. I was like, we got out and pulled the boat. Like he pulled it and I pushed it into the shallows, and we kind of went around to make it back.
Yeah,
like it was that bad.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's not that deep of a lake to begin with, and I can swim.
Right.
I can swim, but it was like at the time, I was like, if this goes up and I get knocked out, I'm underwater. I was like, let's just get out. It was bad. I'd never been more thankful just to be back from fishing, be like done.
It gets scary sometimes, and you get to see that on some of this YouTube channels here. Make you laugh, make you cry.
There's a lot of nope.
I never want to see a vehicle go in, though. I mean, and there are people that are just like, oh, that's another one. Like, it just happens all the time there.
Hey, third one today.
There it goes. The tow truck guy's like, oh, I know how much to charge you because I know how long it's going to take,
Yeah.
Have a little diver go out there and hook up to their tow hooks underwater, and it's crazy.
Wow.
Next thing you know, it's for sale on Craigslist.
Yeah.
No accident reports.
Salvage title.
Yeah. Mint condition. Recently washed. All right.
Let's take a break.
At Admiral's Pennant, our mission is to offer the latest and refined, high-quality masculine products and services to the modern gentleman, as well as provide him with the tools and products necessary to look, act, and feel confident in his appearance and social interactions. Check it out at admiralspennant.com. Without it, you might as well shave it. And we're back with our top 3 today, which is our top 3 non-alcoholic beverages. Troy.
Yes, sir.
Please kick us off with our top 3 non-alcoholic beverages, and don't copy mine. Thank you.
I will.
I think
we'll
you
try
guys
not
spend
to.
way too much time together.
All right, I do want to start by saying I was doing some research on this, and I had no idea there were drinks like what I'm about to explain out there.
that are in your top 3?
No, they're not in my top 3, but I just wanted to share this.
Notable mention.
It's a notable mention, I guess.
Okay.
It's not honorable because I haven't tried them myself, but they're non-alcoholic beverages that are balanced, complex drinks that you can sip and savor.
Okay.
Okay. And so then it gives, this article gives a list of like the top 10. And they are made from different things.
Yeah, like all drinks.
Yes.
Breaking new ground here, Matt.
This is truly educational.
Like, have you ever heard of Wilford's Bittersweet?
Bittersweet?
Yeah.
This is like a local drink somewhere?
No, these are, this is on, add it to your cart.
At Walmart?
This is on Food 52. No, these are like.
I've never heard of Food 52.
Neither have I.
I've never even heard of Food 1.
But it's from this article.
Let alone 52.
Why are we here?
These are non-alcoholic drinks that you can get, but they mimic alcoholic drinks, right? They look like them.
Oh, most people try to get alcoholic drinks to mimic non-alcoholic drinks.
Like O'Doul's. I mean, come on.
Well, I know, but this
They're like, oh, this is really good because you can't even taste the alcohol. And so then now they're making drinks that taste like alcohol that aren't.
yeah.
I don't get it.
It's what the world's coming to.
Yeah. Distilled and natural botanicals. They have zesty bitter orange, aromatic rosemary,
None of that sounds like alcoholic
plus a
drinks.
touch of rhubarb and clove.
What? This sounds like a kombucha or whatever that's called.
That stuff's good.
I don't believe you.
I've had it.
I've had it too.
That's an
I
alcoholic,
like it.
That's an alcoholic beverage, so it cannot make this list.
That's true.
Kombucha is not alcohol.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
How is it?
It's fermented fruit.
It's fermented.
There's alcohol in it.
You look at the percent alcohol in it, content in that thing.
It depends on where you're getting your kombucha.
No. Look it up.
Only if it's true kombucha. If you're drinking that fake stuff,
What was that hand motion?
that
All right. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up because it intrigued me. I didn't know there were all these alcoholic drinks, non-alcoholic drinks out there mimicking alcoholic drinks.
okay.
All right, number 3.
Finally.
I'm here to annoy you, Matt.
Oh, I'm there.
Number 3, flavored seltzer water.
Like Perrier or
Say that again.
If you will.
LaCroix.
LaCroix.
This is
LaCroix?
number 3.
Yeah.
Seltzer water?
Yeah, it's non-alcoholic. And it's a drink.
What's seltzer water?
Seltzer water.
It's like what they spray each other with in the clowns?
Yeah, the joke seltzer. Yep.
Yeah.
It's also what you get some stains out of your clothes with, seltzer.
You can. But
Whatever flavor?
I like raspberry blackberry mixed flavor mostly, but I like LaCroix. Now Kroger brand used to have their own brand, but I can't find it anymore, and those were the best ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once chose Sam's Cola over Coca-Cola Classic in
What?
a blindfolded taste test.
No way.
I did.
I would have never.
I'm just telling you.
I can't believe that happened.
You know, in a blind taste test, which one I would choose over that is RC Cola.
Coke's the best.
I'm
Coke's the
telling you,
original.
RC Cola was.
I don't know if I'm going with because you have seltzer water on your top 3.
Here's
I don't
why.
know if I'm taking any of your drinks.
Here's why.
suggestions.
So when I quit drinking beer, like I crave beer a lot, and drinking a seltzer, it gave me the holding it and just gave me the feeling that I was drinking beer.
Because it's in a can?
I don't
And
know.
it's fizzy?
And it's fizzy.
So is Coke.
It's in a can. Yeah, but I can drink 6 seltzer waters like I can drink 6 beers.
It'd probably make you drunk too.
I can't drink
Just so you
6
know,
Cokes.
It is true that most commercially brewed kombuchas do contain varying amounts of alcohol. This is due to the natural fermentation process, during which small amounts of alcohol is produced as a byproduct. Boom.
School.
Well, I mean, I believe you. But the stuff I had was probably 0.001. I don't know. I'll ask
Let me
him.
guess, you
there's
had
an
some. You
article-
had some today, didn't you?
He's a local guy
There's an article here.
that makes it, so
There's booze in our booch.
I like it.
That's
Got some booze.
Well, I mean,
in my
we did a
boot.
video at his place for Live Local, and we had some kombucha, and he was like, hey, if you want to spice it up a little bit, we can add a little whiskey to it. And I was like, yeah. So it made me think,
I
you
bet
know, it's
you were.
non-alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
I had some kombucha when we were out at Chase's.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I'm going to have to be polite and drink this whole bottle. that was the first time my mind was like, yeah, I'll have some. I'll give it a shot. Took a sip. Man, I can't just pour it out.
I won't even act. As soon as I opened it up and smelled it, I was like, nah.
Nah, it's not for me.
Nope.
Not for me.
All right, number 2, ginger beer.
Is it non-alcoholic?
It's non-alcoholic.
I don't believe you.
It's full of sugar.
You use sugar to make alcohol.
It is a non-alcoholic drink, Chad. I'm not lying. Ginger beer.
So my 17-year-old son can roll up to a bar and say, give me a ginger beer. And
He
they're
can
like,
go
cool.
He can go buy it. I doubt they have it at the bar. I mean, they might because they use ginger beer and a lot of other.
So if
mixed
you drink
drinks.
ginger beer, why do you need seltzer water to feel like you're having a beer?
Because it's full of sugar.
Okay.
It's just like drinking, like, I could.
You have weird taste buds. Keep going. I'm okay with this. Ginger beer.
They're really good.
No. Go ahead.
I've never had one.
And number one, just because
It's gonna be something else.
it needs to be number one, because
It's
it
gonna be
is
some
the
kind of hot
ultimate.
tea. Earl Grey.
No, it is the ultimate
Chamomile.
non-alcoholic drink for all ages.
Water.
No, I think I know what you're gonna say.
The Shirley Temple.
Oh no. Okay.
I used to get it at Con Tiki all the time.
Oh,
Remember Con Tiki in
So
Shreveport?
your take on this was what is non-alcoholic that tastes like alcohol, and then that's my top 3.
No.
I think,
None of
believe,
those taste like alcohol.
I believe that's what you were going with. I think that's the
yeah.
path he took.
Like,
those are 3 non-alcoholic drinks that
let's just say
like that I have stories around.
let's just say I'm independently wealthy at some point in time in the future, and I have a refrigerator in the game room
Okay.
of the house that I don't have because I'm not independently wealthy, and that refrigerator with the big one, like like a
Yeah.
like a
full
20
size.
cubic
Like a
foot,
big Sub-Zero.
Like a Walter Payton.
with the glass
fridge.
doors.
and I say, Troy, help yourself. I've got every drink in there you can imagine. And you're like, I'm so thirsty.
I think I'll have a ginger beer.
Would what I just your top 3? Would you be going for one of these 3?
No, I'd probably be going for an alcoholic drink.
No, non-alcoholic. It's my fridge. Non-alcoholic.
Non-alcoholic.
You're going to go for one of these 3?
Yeah, I'd probably go for seltzer water.
Wow. Okay.
So one legitimate made his list. Because I know a lot of people that drink seltzer water all the time.
I love it.
I don't.
I don't.
Ginger beers.
No, I don't know people that drink seltzer water.
Oh,
all
I
the
know
time.
him. I know him.
Apparently, I
ginger
do.
beers. You do.
Yeah.
I drink it all the time. It's good.
You're related to him.
Yes.
That's embarrassing.
Ginger beer is good. It's just it's sugarier, more sugary or whatever
Yeah.
than Coke. I mean, it burns you going down all that ginger and sugar.
The old Coke when they actually had sugar in it, or the Mexican Cokes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mexican Coke's good.
Matt, what you got, man?
Number 3. I'm not even going to do any honorable mentions. Chocolate milk, I guess, would be an honorable mention. Milk would be an honorable mention, just plain white milk. What else can I throw out there?
These are just everyday drinks. Like there's nothing special about these.
Grape juice.
There's something special about chocolate milk.
All right, I want to hear the
And
stories.
not the Yoo-Hoo, the real stuff.
Yoo-Hoo is not chocolate milk.
Dude, it's not.
No,
It is 100% not. When I go fishing, Yoo-Hoo's in my bag. I'm a
I
big
can see
Yoo-Hoo
it.
fan.
It's not bad.
Yoo-Hoo's been around since the 1920s and was originally created as an energy drink. It's like the first energy drink ever.
before Gatorade.
Oh, yeah, way before Gatorade.
Gatorade was what, in the 70s?
Yeah, something. But anyway, it is not chocolate milk at all. Doesn't have to be refrigerated. It's not from an animal.
So, number 3, somewhat interchangeable. I'd kind of go between Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. I don't know. I just love them. Number 2. What?
I just can't even
What?
comment on that. I can't even comment. He's from Kansas, so
Yeah.
Pepsi.
They're not interchangeable.
For me, they are. Like I go through spells. Like I feel like a Dr. Pepper today, or I feel like a Pepsi today. I don't feel like a Dr. Pepper every day, and I don't feel like a Pepsi every day.
I understand that, and I'm there with you. But if you're gonna rank them, they can't hold the same spot.
Pepsi.
Oh, you went the wrong direction. He chose the
Dr.
dark side.
Pepper's off. It's now an honorable mention.
Okay.
Number 2. Sprite.
These are so lame.
What do you mean lame? There is top 3 non-alcoholic beverages.
Oh,
I'm not over here drinking LaCroix or whatever it is.
LaCroix.
Exactly.
It's like the island,
French.
St. Croix, but it's LaCroix.
Hey, boy, you want to be fancy. I get it. Champagne taste on a beer budget. Number 1. Take a guess.
I'm already writing it down.
Orange juice.
Sweet tea. Sweet tea.
Mm. And I think, homemade is typically always better, but
What packets do you use to make it homemade?
I don't use packets.
You picking your own tea leaves?
Yes.
Whatever.
I get them delivered.
Ah.
So the sweet tea, and I got addicted to it, as a kid. I loved it as a kid growing up. And then because my parents would always drink unsweet tea. And so my first experience with tea was tasting this. I was like, oh, this is gross. I don't want this. Then I was introduced to sweet tea. And I was like, I found the love of my life. And then when I went to Afghanistan, and we used to sit down and have these meetings with the commander, and everything that we ever did, they would always have tea, and they drank it hot with no sugar, but they knew that Americans wanted sugar. So they would always have a bowl of sugar in the middle that we could spoon into the cup. And so they would take the tea leaves and put them in the bottom of the kettle, and then pour the boiling water into the kettle, and then pour it into your glass. And so you had like probably, 3/4 of an inch worth of stems and leaves in the bottom of your glass. And then you'd put your sugar in there and mix it up. And then you'd have to strain through your teeth to keep the leaves and stuff from going down. And that stuff would jack you up for days.
Like your digestive system?
No, like you're wired for sound. So much caffeine. Like,
Oh yeah.
in those fresh tea leaves when they make them, like, because it was green tea, when they make it like that, it's insane.
Yeah.
And it tasted so good. But I think that ultimately was my demise when it comes to caffeine, because I now have like a caffeine sensitivity type of thing, and I think it came from the amount of that green tea that I drank, because it's so good. But I come back here, you get the weak tea. It's not very strong, because I like that tea flavor. And I'd say one of the best places to get it is Chick-fil-A. And if I can't get it at Chick-fil-A for whatever reason, I do believe that the Cajun Shack has some of the best.
Yeah, they're natural good. And you always have to go light ice on the Chick-fil-A drink because they put too much ice in there.
What about McAllister's? You like their tea? It's pretty good.
He hasn't had it. I brought it up.
Oh.
Yep. I haven't ever been.
It'll be right up there on your top 3 sweet
Is it pretty
teas.
good?
Yeah, it's
I have
good.
to try it. I'd go there for the tea.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think that's a pretty good list you got there, Matt.
Thanks. What's yours?
Yeah.
Probably just as lame.
Number 3,
Yep.
strawberry milk.
Perfect. I can get on with that.
I love strawberry milk.
Yep.
I like strawberry milk.
I never had strawberry milk growing up until we had some neighbors that had some younger kids, and so I got paid to get off the bus with them and stay with them until their mom got home from work. And they had this can of Nesquik strawberry.
Oh, the powder.
I went through some of that stuff. I cost more money in strawberry powder than I did for whatever I got paid to watch the kids. I love strawberry milk. Number 2, Dr. Pepper. Like, that's what I would go for in a fridge. I got all these drinks here. Yeah, I'm going to go get a Dr. Pepper out of your fridge.
Seltzer.
I can see that. And I'm craving. I'm kind of craving one right now. Yeah.
Now, I'm a pretty big fan of the real sugar Pepsis. Those are good.
Yeah.
With the little peanuts in it. You know what I'm talking about?
My dad used to do that with Coke.
Yes. Oh, have you never had peanuts in a Coke?
I've had it in a Coke, not in a Pepsi.
Better in a Pepsi.
I don't drink Pepsi.
Well, you should with peanuts.
Like when I go through a drive-through and they're like, "Oh, I'll have a Coke. Oh, is Pepsi okay?" Nope, I want a Dr. Pepper. I can't do it.
Oh, is Mr. Pibb okay?
No, Mr. Pibb is not okay.
No, it's
Like,
not.
get out. I don't even want an order anymore.
Now, I will say there's a caveat to that, I guess, for my number, making them interchangeable. If they're out of a can, to me, they're interchangeable. If they're out of a fountain, I would say Dr. Pepper tastes better out of fountain.
Yeah. Yep. Number one, sweet tea.
Yes.
I mean, there's just no way around it. And I like brewing mine strong tea.
Yes, it's got to be strong.
Strong tea, and then, with sugar. And the sugar goes in when it's hot.
Yeah.
So just like you're like shutting it down when it's like, oh, we have Pepsi instead of Coke. Like, never mind. I do not want a soda. Like, I don't want a cola anymore because you tried to bring a Pepsi in when I ordered a Coke. If you're at a restaurant and you're like, I'd like a sweet tea, and they're like, well, we have sugar packets on the table.
They bring the sugar packets.
I don't want tea anymore because it's not the same. I ordered a completely
agree.
different drink because you putting sugar in a cold ice glass of unsweet tea is not going to do anything to make that sweet tea. It's too late. The process has already passed.
You know what it will do, though.
You put the sugar on the ice before you brew it. Is that how you do it?
No.
Oh.
No, you have an iced tea brewer at home.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm boiling water
Oh.
and I'm putting tea bags in there, concentrated, and then we let them steep for however long based on however many tea bags I've got, and then I take that concentration and I pour it in a bigger pitcher with warm water already in it, and then I mix the sugar in that. No, I mix the sugar in the concentration,
Yeah,
Oh,
and then pour all that into the bigger pitcher.
of warm water.
Yes, and then
Yep.
pour all that over ice in a glass.
Yeah, we just have a brewer.
I know. I've had it. It's good. That's not how I operate.
It works.
Me either.
It does.
I like the old-fashioned
I'm
way.
not a big.
And
I'm not
you-
a big
you-
of a tea fan as you
So-
guys
No,
are.
I'm just saying that's a kitchen gadget that I'm not gonna have.
Yes,
All right,
we've
I
been
can do
down
that in a
road.
pot. I can do that in a pot,
You can do that in a pot, and I do have one of those.
or in a jar out in the sun.
ooh,
Make
sun
some
tea.
sun tea.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
That's
I
good.
remember my mom did that. I was blown away.
all the time.
Like, she's a scientist. You just see this happen? There's water.
You come home and the
Yeah.
sun tea's on the front porch.
Nope, never happened at my house. Thanks, Mom. I never got sun tea.
And it'll be on your patio because the sun.
That's
doesn't
why
shine
I'm
on your
drinking
porch.
seltzer water,
Yes.
not tea, Mom.
That's the problem. That's how you're raised.
That's why I drank beer for so many years. There was no sun tea on the counter.
Equally as unhealthy with all the sugar.
Right.
Anyway,
Right. Oh man.
so that's my top three.
Very good. I like it.
I like his a lot more than I like yours.
Mine was
I
good.
have never in my life, never ordered a Shirley Temple, a ginger beer, or a seltzer water.
I have not done that either.
I've never ordered a ginger beer or a seltzer water at a restaurant ever.
I don't know if I've ever had a LaCroix. Maybe once.
They're good.
Yeah.
I was at an event.
I may try one now. I'll probably try the raspberry, like you mentioned.
The black raspberry one is
black
really
raspberry
good.
instead of blue raspberry.
I think it's black raspberry.
I was at an event, and they had a cooler that started out full of Dr. Peppers, Gatorades, water, and then there was a LaCroix sprinkled in. At towards the end of this event, all that was left were these little pink LaCroix cans.
People were coming by and scooping up the melted ice and drinking
drink-
that out of their hand.
During COVID, with all the hands, they still took that over LaCroix.
I'll drink it out of your hand
Now,
before I drink a LaCroix.
I was like, I don't even know what this is. I'm going to try it. I opened it up. I took one sip. Nope. Can't do it. Disgusting.
Hey, but we didn't run out of drinks. We had enough drinks for everybody. We still
That's
had
right.
LaCroix left.
That's right.
Yuck.
Troy,
Yes, sir.
you got a good word for us?
I do, and the good word is a new thing. So we're in day 14 in the Chosen book, 40 Days with Jesus, book 2. It's the blue book.
It's the new thing.
And The passage comes out of Mark 2:18 through 22. It's a little long, but so John's disciples and the Pharisees were fasting, and people came and said to him, "Why do John's disciples and the disciples of the Pharisees fast, but your disciples do not fast?" And Jesus said to them, "Can the wedding guests fast while the bridegroom is with them? As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast. The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast in that day. No one sews a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment. If he does, the patch tears away from it, the new from the old, and a worse tear is made. And no one puts new wine into old wineskins. If he does, the wine will burst the skins, and the wine is destroyed, and so are the skins. But new wine is for fresh wineskins." So, story goes, Pharisees came up to Jesus and was like, "Hey, man, why are your disciples not fasting? John's disciples fast. What's up with that?"
And they had issues with John's disciples.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, they're like, "Hey, are you with him or are you not with John? Because, like, we don't like either of you, but why aren't you doing the same thing?"
Right. Yeah. So, and then Jesus tells them 3 little quick parables, basically, about why they're not doing it. And
Bridegroom,
the bridegroom,
patch,
the patch,
wineskins. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he turned their focus into something new, right? And so basically him telling the parables was then with him telling them, "Hey, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what my disciples are doing. Worry about what I'm doing, because I'm here, and you need to be worrying about what I'm doing." And they just couldn't come to terms with that. And if you ask me, I don't think they even understood the parables.
Yeah, and I don't know if they were supposed to yet either.
Yeah, true.
But he's not denying who he is, and also speaking in a way that it's not completely evident, yet.
Yeah.
Because I think if you read that parable and then didn't hear any of or let's just say you're going to read the book out of Matthew, right?
Mark.
You're going to read the book of Mark, and you're going to stop right after that, and you don't know anything that happened after that. That wouldn't make sense to us either. But we knew that Jesus was the Messiah. We knew that he went and died on the cross for our sins, and he was raised from the dead, went back into heaven, and he's going to come back. So we know all that, and then we're like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But they didn't know that. It's like, what's this dude here? Like, John baptized him, so they're kind of on the same team, but they're not acting the same way. And so I'm going to start poking at where you're different, and then Jesus is going to be all, "Hey, why would they fast when they're here with the bridegroom?"
Right. Yeah, and another thing to point out was, so John's disciples were fasting, and so the Pharisees could have thought, "Oh, well, they're doing something right, at least, So why aren't your guys doing it?" And Jesus, said a few times, when you do these things, do them in private. He told
don't make a show.
Right, don't make it a show.
Yeah, praying and everything, giving,
praying in your closet instead.
Yeah, don't throw your
let
coins
your left hand know what your right's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that had a big part to do with it as well.
And it's not that they're not going to fast.
Right. Yeah. Another point is, they're not going to fast while the bridegroom's here. Soon I'll be taken away, and then they will fast, is what he said. So,
yeah.
Cool. What do you take from that, Matt?
I think that was a better interpretation than the time that I actually used this scripture to do the Traeger boil argument. So
clearly, because nobody believes you.
That's so 2021, Matt.
Yeah,
it was, but it's relative. It had to be brought up.
Yeah.
No, I didn't excuse my 2021 reference. I just let you say that's so 2021. Just let it go.
You had no excuse.
Let it go. Like we already let 2021 go, apparently.
That's right. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
See you next week.
Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.